Skyrim didn't just delay Elder Scrolls 6, it straight up destroyed it. And what's crazy is, Bethesda has basically been telling us that for years. Not in some big dramatic announcement, but in little interviews, engine updates, and the way they've treated Skyrim ever since it launched. You see, Skyrim is just too big. It's the game your friend who only owns one game on Steam still plays. It's the game your cousin bought on 3 different consoles, let alone yourself. It's the game that refuses to leave our hard drives, or Bethesda's marketing. And when a game gets that big, that iconic, the sequel tends to be a bit cursed. If Elder Scrolls 6 feels too much like Skyrim, people are gonna yell lazy. If it feels too different, people will scream they ruined it. Bethesda is stuck between Skyrim 2 and why isn't this Skyrim? And to be honest, at this point, I get it. Skyrim isn't just a game at this point. It's comfort food. You boot it up just to check something, and suddenly it's 2 a.m. and you're hoarding cheese wheels again. We don't want to lose that feeling, but that feeling is exactly what makes Elder Scrolls 6's job almost impossible. I'm going to break down 3 huge things Elder Scrolls absolutely has to change if it wants to escape Skyrim's shadow. And then, at the end, I want to talk about one thing I never want them to touch. The part of Elder Scrolls that should never, ever change. So to start off, the first change that Elder Scrolls 6 needs to make is to fix the combat. And no, I don't mean turning it into Elden Ring. Give the freaking weapon some weight. When you swing a sword in Skyrim, it feels like you're slicing through warm air and particle effects that the developers added last second. And to be fair, people forget Skyrim's combat was never the point of the game. The point was becoming whoever you wanted. But in 2025, fans who grew up with Skyrim like myself are also playing From Software games, God of War, even Starfield, God forbid. And the one thing they all have in common is when your character hits something on screen, you feel it and you can see it. Secondly, the Elder Scrolls 6 absolutely has to fix its identity. Skyrim stripped the series down to the basics, and that's why it exploded. Anyone could be anything, but the role-playing depth, it took a hit. Morrowind, it judged you. Oblivion, it made you work for your build. Skyrim, you know what? Just level everything, who the hell cares? We lost the identity of our characters. Elder Scrolls 6 needs to bring back meaningful choices. Not spreadsheets, not chores, but decisions that actually define who we are in the world. And number 3, factions. Skyrim's factions were fun. Great quests, mostly cool vibes, but they really didn't matter. Join the Thieves Guild, Whiterun doesn't care. Become the Archmage, some random bandit still calls you Milk Drinker. Elder Scrolls 6 needs factions that react to you. If you brought the Thieves Guild back to its former glory in Skyrim, you should find in different cities around the map, guards are looking in the sewers trying to figure out where the Thieves Guild's at, or setting up guard posts near shops. Tales of your murderous ways as the Dark Brotherhood leader should be all around the countryside. Citizens should be afraid to be out at night. Or something as simple as, if you're the head of the Fighters Guild, guards should treat you like that. You're a walking tank to them. They're not going to make fun of you. And let's bring back joining one faction, potentially ruining your ability to join another. All of this just helps us build and mold our characters, and also helps with replayability. There's nothing more exciting than realizing a choice you've made actually has an impact in the world, for better or worse. Now, for all the things Elder Scrolls 6 needs to change, there's one thing Bethesda should never touch. Not the dragons, not the UI, not even those pesky bugs. I'm talking about the heart of Elder Scrolls. The Elder Scrolls series is at its best when it lets you disappear into a world that doesn't care who you are yet. You're not the Archmage. You're not the Dragonborn. You're not the Chosen One. You are just someone who happens to have a unicorn. That's the secret sauce for the Elder Scrolls series. Freedom first, power later. Skyrim hooked millions not because it was perfect, but because it let you make your own story. It doesn't need to reinvent everything. It just needs to bring back that level of depth without losing the freedom. What level Bethesda chooses to reinvent is the real problem. Because we all want different things from Elder Scrolls 6. Some want Skyrim 2. Some, like me, want Morrowind 2. Some want something totally new. And the truth is, Elder Scrolls 6 can't satisfy all of us. I wish it could. So outside of the next generation Horse Armor DLC incoming, what is the one thing you need for Elder Scrolls 6 to do for you to be satisfied?